All right, welcome back. Today, we're cracking open a case file that's, well, it's a strange one. We're looking at an investigator's report from the edge of the city, and it details this puzzle of madness, obsession, and a kind of darkness that frankly doesn't seem to care much about locked doors.
So, right off the bat, the investigator's first meeting with the man at the center of all this, a Mr. R.A.M. Renfield, is just bizarre. As the report says, he finds the guy literally teaching a spider about God. This isn't just someone talking to themselves. He's holding this strange, intense sermon for an insect in a jar, talking about needing to keep the books honest. It's an unsettling start, to say the least.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our case kicks off at this remote asylum. A doctor has called in an investigator, but not for a crime, not really. He's called him in because of a patient who's become this living, breathing puzzle, and it's all tied to this mysterious, empty house right next door.
The doctor starts explaining the situation, right? And the first piece of this puzzle is this huge old estate next to the asylum. It's been abandoned for years, totally derelict. But lately, there are signs of life, comings and goings, and it's pretty clear he's not worried about your average squatters. And this is where things get really, really weird. There's this uncanny connection. The doctor's been taking notes, and he's seen a pattern. His patient, Renfield, is like a psychic barometer. Every single time something happens at the house, Renfield's behavior shifts. He changes. It's like he's waiting for a guest to arrive.
So, to even begin to understand what's going on, you have to try and get inside Renfield's head. And let me tell you, it is a terrifying place to be. He operates on this bizarre logic system, a worldview he actually calls the arithmetic of life. You see, in his mind, life is literally a currency. It's an asset. And while the rest of us are just, squandering it by breathing, he's collecting it. He consumes it. He invests it. He truly believes that by eating smaller lives, like flies, then spiders, then birds, he can absorb their life force and add it to his own account. And this just shows you how deep his delusion goes. This isn't just some abstract idea he has. He keeps a literal ledger. Look at this. Flies are just chicken feed. Spiders? That's more efficient. That's compound interest. And birds? Well, with birds, the accounts consolidate nicely. He's not just a madman, he's like the world's creepiest accountant.
And then he turns to the investigator and gives him this bone-chilling piece of financial advice. He warns him to invest before the market crashes. And suddenly you realize he's not just talking about bugs anymore, is he? He's hinting at a much bigger, much darker economy of life and death. Okay, so this whole twisted worldview, this arithmetic of life, it's not just random madness. It's coming from somewhere. And the investigation starts pointing towards the source of it all, a powerful, unseen figure who seems to be pulling Renfield's strings from that mysterious house next door. So the investigator pushes him, asks him, who is this real capital you're talking about? And Renfield's face just twists. The report says it's like devotion and disgust locked in a wrestling match. And out of that, he just whispers this one chilling word: the master. And check this out, the doctor's been keeping records, and the data just lines up perfectly. You've got Renfield's episodes on one side, the outbursts, the obsessions, and the weird events at the house on the other. It's a one-to-one correlation. He's not just reacting, he's like a mirror, perfectly reflecting whatever is happening over there. Seeing this perfect matchup, the investigator starts to think, what if this isn't just a medical case? What if this isn't a pathology at all? Maybe it's something more like a business arrangement. Maybe Renfield isn't just a patient. Maybe he's a junior partner in a deal that has gone very, very wrong.
So, as whatever is in that house next door seems to get stronger, Renfield's whole demeanor just flips. All that twisted devotion, gone. It's replaced by this raw animal terror. It's like he's finally read the fine print on his contract and realized what he signed up for.
And this is a total 180. The guy who was all about his master is now begging them, get out of here, warn everyone. He knows his master is on his way, and he's finally grasped that by welcoming him, he's helped unleash something that's going to rack up an unbelievable body count.
And this is where he drops the bombshell, revealing his true role in all of this. He wasn't just some underling. He was the key. He is the invitation.
He is the psychic gateway allowing this thing to cross over into our world. And the most terrifying part? He has no idea how to shut the door he just opened.
Okay, so this all comes to a head just 3 nights later. A huge storm is rolling in, and what started as this weird psychological puzzle is about to end in a locked room mystery with a body.
And it happens fast. First, a dog just starts howling its head off, never a good sign. Then this blood-curdling scream from Renfield's locked cell. The staff sprints down the hall, but by the time they get there, just dead silence. So, they get the door open, and this is the impossible part. The cell was locked from the outside. The bars on the window, solid steel, not even bent. So the question is, what the hell got in there with him?
And the investigator, who's seen a thing or two, knows right away this wasn't self-inflicted. He says it himself, you don't break a back like that by hurling yourself at a floor, no matter how crazy you are. The force required to do that to a human body, it had to come from something else, something that was in that room with him.
So, with Renfield dead, you'd think the case is over, right? Closed. But for our investigator, the real horror is just getting started, because now he has to figure out what exactly has just been let loose on the city.
The doctor sums it up pretty perfectly, if you ask me. He says Renfield was a man who tried to eat life, only to find out that this kind of life had teeth. He made a gamble with a force he couldn't possibly comprehend, and he lost. Badly. For the investigator, his job is completely different now. Renfield was the warning sign, the barometer. But now the storm has hit. He realizes his new job is to track this master through the city by the only evidence it's going to leave, a trail of victims. He's got his own ledger to keep now, one written in missing persons reports and morgue files.
And that's where the file ends. Renfield is gone, but the threat is out there. He thought he could outsmart his own mortality by collecting lives, but it all just blew up in his face. And it leaves us with this one final chilling question. When you try to cheat death, who eventually comes to collect the debt?